Okay, so stop sending that Filipina that you're talking to money immediately. There's too many people now coming into my community that are telling me, hey, you know what, I'm just sending her, 6,000 pesos or 8,000 pesos or $100 a month or this and that. I'm just gonna keep doing it. And, honestly, man, when you start sending a young lady money that's in a Philippines, a Thailand, one of these types of things, and you really don't know if you're ever even gonna get here. You may be going through a divorce, you may be on the hamster wheel, you may be paycheck to paycheck, you may not even have your passport yet. You're really, really losing respect from these women. I know a lot of Filipinas, and while they appreciate it, they also know that they're free to date and that they're free to represent themselves as single as they do. And guys like me and Filipino guys that are much younger than me and foreigners that are much younger than me are hooking up with these girls, okay? You're footing the bill, even if you think it's only 6,000 or 8,000 or whatever you think. You got to understand that that's a fortune to these girls. That's, many, many days of working. A lot of these people are making 400 pesos a day. If they're in the province, I know girls that make 50 pesos a day. So it's just not, it's a low value signal. When a woman does the load test and says, hey, I need load to keep communicating with you, Facebook Messenger is free. There is no need to use load to keep communicating with you. And they're only just taking your temperature. They always ask for more later than that. Also, like a guy that came into my chat today, 61-year-olds don't get genuine attraction from 18-year-olds, okay? It's just not how life works. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got to give it to you real on this channel. 61-year-olds they don't have genuine attraction from 18-year-olds. 18-year-olds don't dream of dating their great-grandfather, guys. And if they did, why wouldn't they just date a Filipino guy? Why not date a trike driver, guys? Why would you be so interested in a gentleman that's, a Dumagetti style type of older guy? You wouldn't. It's an opportunity. So if you know what it is, just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. I mean, it's amazing. What a beautiful girl. You would never even have a chance with her in America unless you were a 9-figure guy. It would be your only fucking shot in hell at a woman that looked like that. So, I mean, it can be amazing, guys. But yeah, at the end of the day, don't have any illusion. A guy came in today and told me, hey, she's in love with me. I know she loves me. I said, well, and he's, I've only sent load. Well, listen, buddy, I mean, you sent load, but she understands that if you ever deliver yourself to these white sand shores, you're going to be spending a lot more than that. And she more than likely has a Filipino boyfriend. And then he says, oh no, she lied and said she said she was a virgin. Then she later admitted that she wasn't a virgin. If a woman starts out a relationship with you lying about something, worse than, hey, I had a donut when we were on our diet or something, if you're living with the girl lies to me about some little stuff that's, like that kind of thing, it's okay. But if you tell me any significant lie ever in our relationship, the relationship is terminated. I just can't deal with a liar, because then what are you going to lie about next? Communicating with your ex-boyfriend? What are you going to lie about after that? Cheating with your ex-boyfriend? What are you going to lie about after that? Stealing money from me? What are you going to lie about after that? At the end of the day, lies perpetuate more lies. And if a woman's willing to tell you that she's a virgin and then later take it back, and if a woman is 18 and interested in 60-year-olds, there's something wrong on both ends of that picture. The man is a borderline pervert, and the woman is looking for a better life. Let's just call it what it is. And there's nothing wrong with her doing that and willing to sacrifice her beauty and not get with a guapo 23-year-old Filipino, or maybe, the youngest foreigner you're going to probably catch out here is going to be like 27, 30, like a couple of guys I know. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's a lot different than, a gray, bald, 61-year-old dude fresh over with his pension to change your life. You don't have to send her a bunch of money. But if you're sending her money, stop today. Stop today. You understand me? If you stop today, he'll be able to gauge what her response is. I had another guy, this guy is a friend of mine, and he was sending a girl money, sending her 6,000 pesos a month, 8,000, whatever it was, sent her a significant amount of money. It sent her a fortune over time, probably about 300,000 pesos. He was doing this over and over again. This wasn't a young woman either. This is a woman that, when you're 30 in the Philippines, you're considered an old maid. I'm just going to kick the truth on this channel because I know the truth, and nobody would dare say what I'm saying, but I don't care because I'm on the white sand shores of Boracay Island, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Sana all. Okay. 30, you're a fucking old maid in the Philippines. Sorry, not sorry. I still think you're great if you're 30, 35, of course. But in the structure of family, you are considered an old maid if you are not married by 30. Your value is dropping quickly. This woman was like in her 40s, and this guy was sending her, you know, what would be half of her household income. He told her, because he's now coming to the Philippines and he's not a wealthy man, that he couldn't do it this month. You know what this young lady had the nerve to do, or this not so young lady had the nerve to do, this lady was about my age, had the nerve to do? She had the nerve to basically, you know, ghost him, you know? And I told him, I said, how much you spent? He said, you know, I did the math on it because he had told me it was 6,000 pesos a month for 18 months, but you know, that's like 2,000, that's like 2,000 American dollars. He did the math on it, it's more like $6,000. So he's obviously shelling out a lot more than he said. So he was actually shelling out, you know, big pesos, big money, okay? So maybe it was more like, you know, 20,000 a month with all the little, oh, my this happened, this person's in the hospital, this thing, motor scooter broke down, phone's broken, whatever it was. And I told him, I said, you know what, you learned a tough lesson. Still come to the Philippines, and you can find yourself a 27-year-old instead of a 40-year-old, and you know, don't lead with your wallet. But at the end of the day, you got to cut bait in situations like that. If you already fucked up, it's time to just cut it off cold. If the girl really loves you, she'll appreciate what you did for her. If she doesn't love you, she'll say, no, what the fuck? You're cutting off support, sugar daddy? Then there goes your sugar daddy benefits. And this guy's never even touched this girl in his life. And he's been funding her and funding her and funding her. It starts off slow with like, oh, let me get you an airplane flight somewhere. Let me get you this. Let me help you out this month with $100 or whatever. And then it turns to an expectation. Even in loaning people money, I would loan people money and then they would think, you're rich. And I was like, you know, and so you got it to spare. We know you have, you know, $50,000, $100,000 in the bank or something. It's like, that's not to support your bum ass. You know what I mean? No offense, but that's not rich. In my country, that's penniless. And it's not to support you because you got $400 to your name and I got, you know, whatever I got. And so, yeah, sometimes when people know what you got, you know, they're going to take advantage of that. And so if women think that you're rich, which they think all of us are, as soon as you land here, you're wealthy. You know, they're going to take advantage of that and think you got it to spare, you got it to spare, you got it to spare. That's another reason why you never let a woman know how much money you have. You just don't do it. You just go on, you play broke, you play $1,000 a month, you play, hey, my divorce took everything, whatever you got to play. But don't let a lady know how wealthy you are. In my case, I'm not wealthy, but yes, a woman's going to look at my lifestyle and go, you live in Boracay and you live in a penthouse in Makati. I make no, you know, I'm a public figure now. Okay, fine. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to pay for your family. That doesn't mean that I'm going to pay you to be my companion when I had girls paying for me in the United States 8 months ago. So the reality is, depends on your value, depends on your abundance or scarcity mindset, and you need to get that abundance mindset, and you never want to send a girl a penny, not even load. If she really likes you, she'll continue communication with you, as I've said before. If she doesn't, listen, there's an old saying. If she likes you, it's free. If she doesn't, there's a fee. And that is 100% true in every country, from Southeast Asia to the United States to whatever. If a woman likes your face or your body or your voice or your demeanor or your whatever you got going for you, it's free. In fact, she'd be more than happy to treat you, whether she's rich or poor. If a woman doesn't like your face or your body or any of that, and you are disgusting to her, there is a fee. And you will be lifting them up, whether you know it or not. And once you lift them up to a certain height, they will drop you from that height on your head like a dirty napkin. These are the cold, hard truths that I'm gonna tell on this channel. I don't care if I get low views, if I get low likes, if people unsubscribe, it wouldn't matter. Subscribers are a vanity metric. People always go, you passed this guy, you passed that guy. And while it feels good, it's a vanity metric. It means absolutely nothing in YouTube. What matters is watch time, hours, revenue, and stuff like that. For those of us that are trying to survive in Southeast Asia, that are way, 20 years early to our Social Security or whatever, we got coming. So at the end of the day, guys, I want you to stop today. And I want you to go in the comment section and tell me your Filipina's reaction when you said, honey, I can't send the 6,000 this month. I can't send the load. I can't send the cab fare. I can't send the money for the motor scooter or the phone. I want you to get in the comment section and tell me what your Filipina did. Did she say no problem? Did she say, did she get lukewarm on you and back off halfway on you? Or did she come on just as strong and say, no problem, sir, I'll get a second job or I'll do whatever I can? This will give you a good idea of what you are truly worth to this woman and whether or not you're in an arrangement where there's a fee or whether you are in an actual relationship with a young woman that just has a taste for Sean Connery's. I know this is a cold one to do, and I know that a lot of guys will be way too scared to cut off that support from that woman that has that body to die for, and you know, that 18-year-old or that 21-year-old that they haven't had since they were 18 or 21 and they are legitimate senior citizens. But this is the perfect metric to gauge if you're in a relationship or an arrangement. Here we are at one of my favorite hotels in the Philippines, hands down, Asia Premier Suites, super exclusive. You know, really, this and Shangri-La are the top of the top. This is deep in the depths of Station 3, secret beach. Got the cave right here with the security guy. But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, this is the paradise that is Boracay. And I want you to do that test today if you got the nuts to do it. And say, nope, I'm not gonna do it. And you may get greeted the way that my friend did, which was with an absolute terrible reaction. Hello, sir. Yeah, with a terrible reaction. Gonna go through this cave here. He got a terrible reaction and a ghost, and she probably would have came back because she knows he'll still give more money or spend money when he comes to town. But you know what I told him? That's it. That's it. It's over. You made a mistake. You lost $5,000, whatever you did. It's over, buddy. You gotta move on. You gotta move along. And you can come out here, you can find a 27-year-old, a 30-year-old, a 32-year-old. This guy's a young man. This guy's like my age. You know, he's like fucking, you know, doesn't need to be with a woman 40 plus that's a disrespectful woman that, you know, didn't appreciate the $5,500 or the 300,000 pesos he already spent on her and her family. So, guys, just want you to be smart. I don't want you to get taken for a fool. Never lead with your wallet, as I said previously. And cut off that Filipina today, even as a test metric or even for a month, or just in general, you shouldn't be sending money if you're not over here. Put yourself on an airplane, as I've said many times. Stop putting money in her Gcash or her PayPal or whatever. Put yourself on an airplane and come see if it's real. So the guys that are saying they're in a relationship, you're not in a relationship until you met someone. You got a chatmate, buddy. You are not in a relationship, I promise, okay? Because I know these girls, and they are representing themselves as single. I've been here for 9 months. I know a lot of girls. I've dated them. I'm friends with them. I talk with them. I know exactly what's going on. And I'm telling you, you are never in a relationship until you consummate that relationship and you get to these beautiful white sand shores with the blue water and you see your LDR. A lot of times it's terminated upon arrival, my friends. Unfortunately, I won't name any names, but guys, sana all. Like, comment, subscribe. Secret Beach, my favorite beach in Boracay. Many good people, this is their favorite beach. Sana all for a while. No. And be quick, guys.